Folks, welcome to Fenway Park for today's Red Sox-Yankees game. You can enter Fenway Park tonight using an email.
And now I'm going to do it for you. We welcome you to Fenway Park and another Fox Saturday Baseball Game of the Week. It's the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox on a gorgeous day in Boston, Fenway Park. And game 2 of this series between the top 2 teams in the American League's Eastern Division. The Yankees with a 3.5-game lead over Boston, but Boston with a 2-game lead over Oakland in the wild card chase in the American League. Welcome to the booth. I'm Joe Buck. Tim McCarver in just a minute. Well, let's think about this series. These two teams, these organizations really geared up for this set at Fenway Park. There were moves made to try to bolster the two rosters before this weekend, with the Boston Red Sox going out and getting Scott Sauerbeck from Pittsburgh, and then the Yankees turning around and picking up 46-year-old left-hander Jesse Orosco from the San Diego Padres. The game was managed different last night. Tim McCarver will look at last night's game, and that's something we rarely do on a Saturday game of the week, but it's worth it because there's so much happened in that Friday night game.
In a game with so many highlights, we have chosen 4. In the top of the 6th inning, runners on at first and third, staying out of the double play is Joe Torre, and the Yankees tie it by sending the runner. Jesse Orosco, his first appearance as a Yankee, striking out Johnny Damon with the bases loaded. In the 9th inning, the second of 2 stolen bases by Enrique Wilson. That sets up the winning run as Derek Jeter plates him with a sacrifice fly in the 9th inning, and the Yankees win it 4-3. What a ball game.
And for the Boston Red Sox, who was on the mound, Byung-Hun Kim, a guy who's been their closer, he ends up getting the loss in the 9th inning, and who did it to him? The New York Yankees. Well, you can look at the history between these two franchises, and you see some of the biggest moments in Major League Baseball's history. And we continue the rivalry today. The Boston Red Sox and those bats take on Mike Mussina and this Yankee team. Fun from Fenway, and it's yours next on Fox.
We're here to learn how to trust our...
Whose eyes are those? Kareem Garcia. I got help from the truck. I have no idea whose eyes those are. You're doing it again, Tim. You're taking money on a day when both you and I would show up at this ballpark and watch this game for nothing.
We would show up and watch this game for free. We showed up last night, watched the game for free, and we were caught up in one of the great regular season games in recent years. Terrific ball game last night.
The calendar says July, but these games are not going to be played like it's July. Certainly last night's game was not. Alfonso Soriano will lead it off for the Yankees, then Jeter and Giambi. Williams, Matsui, and Nick Johnson is back. He's at first base. Mondesi, Ventura, and Flaherty, because of his success against the starter for the Red Sox today, Burkett, is in there doing the catching and batting in the number 9 spot. That, and it's the day game after a night game scenario for these soft catchers, these big league catchers that just can't answer the bell day after day, Tim. And here's John Burkett, the right-hander, who is 8-4 for the Red Sox.
Yeah, one guy answering the bell is the battery mate of John Burkett. 8-4 on the season, as you said, Joe, but 0-6 in 10 games and 9 starts for his career against the New York Yankees. He does not throw hard, so he has to stay away from the middle of the plate. You could say that about any pitcher, but particularly John Burkett. Loaded arsenal, he throws everything. And the one strikeout pitch that you can watch from home, or at least look for today, is with right-handed batters, 2 strikes, that 2-seam fastball that comes in under the hands of the right-handed.
Defensively for the Red Sox, they line it up in their typical fashion with an outfield of Ramirez, Damon, and Nixon, and an infield of Miller, Garciaparra, Todd Walker, and Kevin Millar. Johnny Damon is automatic out in center, and that's not an easy center field to play here at Fenway Park. The catcher is Jason Varitek, and I was only giving you a little ribbing about the catchers.
Oh, I know that.
Not answering the bell on a day game after a night game, and obviously Posada's one of the most durable and a guy who's always in there, but it points out Varitek. I mean, he gets very little time off and is a guy that day after day is back there for the Red Sox. And to me, if I had to pick a catcher to go with in the American League, my number 1 pick would be Jason Varitek.
I agree with that. I think he's the best catcher in the American League, perhaps in baseball.
1-0 pitch to Soriano, misses low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Now they say that Soriano all season has hung in that strike zone the way he is right now, but I notice it a lot more over the past month and a half, more than I ever have, and he is there daring to be pitched inside, daring really to be hit with that left elbow. That is ripped foul into the seats, and thankfully some gloves over there. It's 2-1. Soriano only 6 for his last 26, and you see the fall off after the first 50 games.
He has so far this year been a man of 2 seasons. The last 49 not nearly as good as the first 50.
2 balls and a strike. Jeter and Giambi will follow for the Yankees, and that's hit into the gap in left center field. It will get down and go to the scoreboard, and Alfonso Soriano has started this day for the Yankees with a double.
Some pitchers intimidate hitters. Some hitters intimidate pitchers. And Alfonso Soriano is the latter, the way he hangs over the plate. There is really no way to make a good pitch against Soriano because of his plate coverage. That ball was away, not on the corner, but Soriano right on the fat part of the bat gets his first hit of the series.
Well, we were here a couple of years ago when Ron Kulpa was the home plate umpire, and we had that incident with Kulpa and Everett at home plate, and have actually changed the outline with which they line the batter's box here at Fenway Park. There is no inside line. So Soriano, as opposed to Everett a couple of years ago, can get with this batter's box as close as he wants to, really, to home plate. They used to have boxes on each side where there was an inside line, and that was the source of the problem for Carl Everett and Ron Kulpa. 1 ball, no strikes on Jeter, who's hitting .423 with runners on this season. There's a strike, and it's 1-1.
Look at the infield defensively. Kevin Millar so far off the line at first base. No first baseman in the American League plays Jeter as far off the line as the Red Sox. Noticed it last night. That is a spot right there that Jeter peppers consistently between the first baseman and the right field line.
Let me ask you this. With that area down the right field line, though, if the ball's hit past the bag and down the line, there's a better chance in this ballpark because of the way it's configured. It'll bounce off that little area down the right side and might be played to a single anyway.
That's true. But with Millar, you keep it from getting to the outfield by playing closer to the line, and that's the point. That's at least the point I was trying to make.
2 balls and a strike on Jeter. Trying to advance the runner, and you see what he does. It's about an even split all the way across, left, center, and right. When he is going hot, he's hitting the ball to the right side of the field with consistency. 2 balls and a strike. Jeter thinks that Burkett took too long, and Burkett is taking a while to bring home this 2-1 pitch. Okay, what's happening here? Veritek's going to go out and talk as Burkett has become a statue out on the mound.
Well, Jim Codd, a terrific announcer now for the Yankees, a great career, 283 wins. One of his favorite sayings was, you think long, you think wrong. And generally speaking, that's right. Dave Wallace, the pitching coach, looking on.
So they did it verbally, and a 2-1 pitch. He is low and away, 3-1 with Jason Giambi waiting on deck. So here's Burkett, who is 0-6 in 10 appearances against the Yankees in his career with an ERA over 9.5 in first inning trouble. That is foul and out of play down the right side. It's a full count. When you look at the way this series stacked up, the Boston Red Sox, who came in 2.5 games behind the Yankees, had to think, all right, we've got to win the Pedro game. That was last night. You can't like the matchup today if you're a Red Sox fan, and who knows what will happen with Burkett and Mussina. And then they like the matchup tomorrow with Weaver against Lowe. It's a full count on Jeter. And that's into left field. Pretty well hit, but didn't get it all. And Ramirez will coast and make the catch. 1-on-1 out. Throw behind the runner, and Soriano came within an eyelash of getting doubled off second base. 1 out.
Number 25, Jason Giambi.
I think Manny Ramirez just surprised Soriano with that throw behind him.
Manny Ramirez surprised a lot of Red Sox fans last night, being doubled off of first base, not knowing how many outs there were. So perhaps he was thinking Soriano would fall into that same trap, or at least take his time getting back to second.
Here's Giambi now. The number 3 hitter, the DH, with Johnson playing first base. .259 average, 28 home runs, and that's good for second in the American League.
It's going to be very, very hard for John Burkett to get inside the left-handed batters. That's one of the problems that John has now. He doesn't throw that hard anymore, and you have to pitch Giambi inside to be effective. That's what Martinez did last night when he struck out 3 times.
Came right after Giambi with that first pitch, strike 1. It's well known that Jason had that calcium deposit taken off an eye in the earlier part of the season after getting off to a horrendous start. Hit only .219 his first 51 games, since up over 300. The production is back. The power is back, and here's an 0-1 from Burkett. Trying to go inside and not getting the call. 1 ball, 1 strike. There are the numbers. First 51 games, only 9 home runs. Took him deep into May, and over the last 48 RBIs. One ball, 1 strike, runner at second, 1 out, and now Burkett is taking a while with Giambi at the plate. And now another conference between Varitek and John Burkett.
Some teams appear to be obsessed when a runner is on at second base, and the Red Sox are one of them. We talked about the prowess of Varitek behind the plate, but I think Jason worries too much about guys on second getting his signs. Red Sox may lead the league in conferences on the mound and in front of the mound.
Varitek, most of the time with 2 strikes on a hitter, will just run out and talk to the pitcher with a guy on and not even give signs.
Right.
We have our first chance coming out of this crowd at Fenway as a 1-1 pitch misses down and in. And we've also been fascinated and floored with the way Varitek gives his signs with a runner at second base. Really, sometimes more of that. Moving the hand around the body, around the chest protector. 2-1 pitch. 3-1 with Bernie Williams next. Burkett, a former 22-game winner. That was when he was with San Francisco. 1993, he and Bill Swift were both 20-game winners.
Jason Varitek resembling a policeman in Bermuda, giving those signs.
Ground ball to second, and Walker has time for the flip. 2 out. And over to third is Soriano, who led off this first inning with a double.
Take a look at how the Red Sox worked Jason Giambi. We talked about the need to come inside. Backup slider for the first pitch, and then Burkett misses inside. He misses inside again. Then he misses away, and then a little slop drop gets Jason Giambi. Sometimes it's not the pitch, but how you got there, and they impressed Giambi inside and then got him out with a pitch he normally handles.
Since coming off the disabled list on the 9th of July, Bernie Williams is only 11 out of 50. Had 3 hits last night. And he bats with Soriano at third and 2 out. And a strike on the inside corner as Williams is right on top of the plate. Joe Torre talking before the game about the importance of getting a runner at third base in this ballpark more than any other. because a base hit to left field doesn't necessarily score a run because it's so shallow out in left. As Williams is jammed, 2 inside deliveries, it's 0-2.
Base running changes somewhat, and Joe pointing that out, that normally you don't like to make the third out at third base, but you would take more of a chance in this ballpark. You could really point to Jesse Orosco with that one batter and the base running of the Yankees to winning that game last night.
This inning didn't start well for Burkett, but it could end well, in this crowd, the Red Sox fans, hope it ends with Williams standing at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Soriano at third, 2 out. Numbers against Burkett. He has owned John Burkett 12 out of 20, and the highest average among active players. So who would the Yankees rather have up there than Bernie Williams against this right-hander who is not in the category of a hard thrower? Tries to hit his spots, changes speeds. 0-2. That's Garciaparra, and that's the end of the inning. A leadoff double. Burkett gets around it. Now the Red Sox come to the plate against Mike Mussina. A half inning complete, no score.
Come on in, Derek. I thought we discussed this thing and had it all worked out. You're our starting shortstop. How can you possibly afford to spend 2 nights dancing, 2 nights eating out, and 3 nights just carousing with your friends? Oh.
If you want to enjoy the New York nightlife, bring your Visa card, because Orso, Cheetah, and the Broome Street Bar don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
I've made a lot of news on the baseball diamonds, but if you want to find out about this diamond, you've got to go talk to your doctor.
Ready to try Viagra for the first time? See your doctor and find out if a free sample is right for you.
My doctor says it's right for me. That's why I stay with it. For more information, go to Viagra.com.
Hey, Dad, this computer would be perfect for school.
Yeah, but this one would be a lot easier for you to, you know, bring home every weekend.
It's that time again. And Circuit City is the place to save on all your back-to-school gear. Right now, you'll save $250 on this awesome notebook computer from HP with a DVD player and CD burner. Now just $899.99 after instant and mail-in rebates. Circuit City, we're with you.
Fox Saturday Baseball is brought to you by Circuit City, we're with you, and by Viagra. Step up to the plate and ask your doctor if a free sample of Viagra is right for you. Gorgeous day here in Boston, Fenway Park. Red Sox playing their 103rd game of the season. And we look at the Boston lineup. They lead it off with Johnny Damon, then Todd Walker batting second. Nomar Garciaparra having a terrific season, hitting third. Manny Ramirez is in left field. Kevin Millar at first. Trot Nixon in right. Bill Miller. What a year he's having, and still nobody's talking about this guy. Jeremy Giambi is the DH, and Jason Varitek is the catcher, and he bats ninth. On the mound is the right-hander, Mike Mussina, an 11-game winner. Johnny Damon first up, and ball 1 outside.
There aren't too many pitchers that come to Fenway Park and say, gee, I'm pitching at Fenway tonight. What a thrill. A lot of success there, but Mussina's one of them. 10-5 in this ballpark.
Overall, 16-11 in his career against the Red Sox as he finds the strike zone. It's 1-1. Damon, then Walker, then Garciaparra. And this Boston Red Sox lineup has been phenomenal. .295 average. They lead the major leagues in that category, but it doesn't end there. Red Sox fans, I'm sure they can't even grow tired of hearing these stats. The Red Sox lead the majors. If you look at the numbers for Mussina, trying to slow down this Boston lineup. Red Sox lead the majors in average, runs scored, hits, doubles, triples, extra base hits, total bases, on base percentage, slugging percentage, and sac flies. 1-2 pitch. Damon up there just looking for a mistake, and it's still 1-2. Manny Ramirez part of this lineup with Garciaparra, and here are the numbers. 633 runs, the hits, the slugging percentage, which if they continue at this pace would be historic. 1-2 pitch. 2-2.
You could see Mike Mussina dropping down to a left-handed batter. That's the innovation. Mussina, a very bright guy, finished Stanford in 3 years in economics. He innovates on the mound.
That's wide. It's 3-2.
Mike saw Pedro Martinez last night not getting that pitch. And Mike, you're not going to get that pitch either. Quest Tech is in this ballpark, one of 10 in the major leagues. And umpire a tighter game here at Fenway.
3-2 pitch to Damon. And it's a leadoff walk. That is rare. Mike Mussina, one of the best control pitchers in baseball. Only his 23rd walk of the season. Quest Tech is like, it's almost reached El Nino status.
Quest Tech is not touchy-feely, but Mike Mussina is. He changes speeds off the knuckle curve. He'll drop down, and as we said, he knows how to win here. People talk about his stuff, but it's how he can turn his stuff into that touchy-feely way of pitching.
Here's the number 2 hitter, Todd Walker, hitting .285, and he lines one to first. Nick Johnson looking for Damon, but Johnny was back to the bag, 1 out. The talk of the Quest Tech system, and I know it's got to bore the heck out of people who probably don't fully understand it. I'm not sure I fully understand how the thing works.
I'm not sure I fully understand it.
But it has changed the way games are umpired at home plate in certain ballparks, and Fenway was the first to get it. And because of that, it's really the pitches side to side on the outside edges of the strike zone that pitchers don't get in this ballpark, because home plate umpires are marked down if they grant those as strikes. So last night, with 2 of the better control pitchers in the game, Wells and Pedro Martinez, you had high pitch counts, deep counts on hitters, and it was Dana DeMuth who was the home plate umpire, and I'm sure more than once he said, this is the way they want us to call it. Blame Quest Tech. Damon runs, and no chance for Flaherty. Stolen base number 20 for Johnny Damon.
Johnny, a very alert base runner who reads the pitchers well, and he also chose the right pitch on which to run. That's the knuckle curve in the dirt. Flaherty couldn't come up with it. So Damon on second base with 1 out. Nice play by Flaherty. Otherwise, Damon's on third.
Garciaparra with a runner at second, 1 out, 1 ball, no strikes. That is hit pretty well into center field. Back is Williams at the wall. It's gone. Home run, Garciaparra. 2-0 Boston in the first.
Happy birthday, Nomar. He turned 30 on Wednesday. A high slider or a knuckle curve that didn't knuckle nor curve. That ball was hit a long, long way.
Just another dent on top of that roof where the cameras are planted here at Fenway Park, and with 1 out, nobody on, Manny Ramirez takes ball 1 in the dirt. For the Red Sox, their 142nd home run of the season. Garciaparra has 16. And that ties the Red Sox with the Yankees for number 2 in the American League. Everybody looking up at Texas. They lead the AL in home runs. 1-0 pitch to Ramirez. At the knees, outside corner, and Manny Ramirez says, Questek? Questek? 1 ball, 1 strike. Sabe Questek, my friend Marvin Hudson. One ball, 1 strike. Late, strike 2.
Questek no comprende.
Well, it's definitely a hot topic right now because of the way that Pedro Martinez reacted throughout last night's game with the home plate umpire Dana DeMuth. In fact, at one point, I think any other situation, maybe any other pitcher, he would have been ejected for what he did out on the mound with the gestures he made to DeMuth. But I think Dana, fearing riot here at Fenway Park in this kind of a setting, in this kind of a series, didn't want to eject a guy like Pedro Martinez. And to DeMuth's credit, he was very, very patient. What happened after that was even, that's on the inside corner, and Ramirez falls victim to a pitch that might have been a little bit off the inside part of the plate. 2 out.
Mussina threading the needle inside. You can see Flaherty setting up inside, and that ball was a strike. Sometimes a catcher will catch the ball just off the plate, but the movement, sometimes a pitcher will hit the front corner and a catcher catches it 2 or 3 inches off. Are they that good? Yes, they are.
2 out, nobody on, and now it's Millar. Career high in home runs with 17, and Mussina gets it by him. Strike 1. Here's the end of the sequence with Pedro Martinez to Dana DeMuth, a longtime big league umpire. He says that's enough. At one point, Pedro took his glove off his hand. He said, here, you pitch.
Yeah.
You try it.
Saying you're squeezing me everywhere, up, down, east, and west.
0-2 on Millar.
It is highly unusual when you, as you said earlier, 2 guys with marvelous control. David Wells had walked only 6 coming in. He walked 5. Pedro walked 4 last night. Unheard of.
Here's an 0-2 pitch, and that's a base hit into left center field. Williams over to cut it off, and Millar keeps this first inning alive.
By the way, I am not even sure that we will see David Wells on the Yankee bench today. Maybe, but he is in some pain. We were going down to the dugouts when the Yankee bus unloaded today, and walking alongside David. David saying the left side of his lower back, his sciatic nerve acting up on him. He stayed inside, had treatment from Gene Monahan, and didn't come out to loosen up with the team. Joe Torre saying he's not sure whether he'll miss his next start or not, but he is in some pain right now.
Trot Nixon now having a great year, goes the opposite way into left field. Back is Matsui. It is off the green monster. Millar is running around third. They'll bring him to the plate. It's 3-0 Red Sox in the first. Throw down to second, and out is Nixon as Robin Ventura made the throw to Soriano to end the inning. But the run scored before the out at second, and it's a 3-run first inning for the Boston Red Sox. They put up 3 on Mike Mussina. The biggest swing, the home run by Garciaparra. 3-0 Boston after 1.
$16 million people will come to WebMD this month. Some will learn about a condition or a diagnosis. Others will chat with experts. Many will simply decide when to visit a doctor. We'll help them all to navigate WebMD's wealth of medically reviewed information to find exactly what they need. Americans may have thousands of different questions about their health, but now they have a single place to find the answers.
Imagine cruising in your brand new Kia Spectra. You got the tunes cranked, the controls at your fingertips, and cash in your pocket. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, you're not worried about a thing. Just driving and taking in that new car smell. You know, the real kind. Not that stuff that comes in a bottle. The Kia Spectra, loaded with features for thousands less than a Civic. Imagine that. Now get the Kia Spectra starting at $8,235 after $4,000 cash back.
When it comes to athlete's foot, this is the latest. This isn't. Lotrimin Ultra, the latest prescription strength medicine available without a prescription. The latest cure, so ultra powerful, one use a day is all you need. Nothing's proven stronger or faster.
True to the game. True to his team. True to himself. True to the fans. Truly authentic. Look for this hologram on all Major League Baseball authenticated products and know a Deloitte & Touche representative assures its authenticity. Available from these fine companies.
Tony Hawk revolutionized skateboarding and became the king of extreme sports. Beyond the Glory, this weekend on Fox Sports Net.
The OC, a new series, premieres Tuesday, August 5th on Fox.
Fine rookie season for Hideki Matsui as he leads it off and takes a strike over the inside corner. Let's go back to the final play of the bottom of the first.
Matsui, not experienced playing the monster here at Fenway, goes too far under. He's too close to the wall. Had he backed off, then he feels the ball. A stronger arm handles the play. And perhaps they get Millard home.
Matsui takes a strike. And to Burkett's credit here in the early going, he has challenged these left-handed hitters over the inside part of the plate. The count's 1-2. Good numbers for Matsui. And on the inside corner again, one out. First strikeout for Burkett.
That was a good tailing fastball by John Burkett, right under the hands to get Hideki Matsui. Thinking that ball is going to be inside. A lot of left-handers give up on it. I guess the best in baseball, Greg Maddux of the Braves at that pitch.
Now it's Nick Johnson. He takes a pitch in the dirt. Yankees happy to have Nick Johnson back. He has missed most of the season. Out for 61 games with a broken hand as he waits for a 1-0 pitch. It's on the outside corner, a ball and a strike, and the Yankees have to hope that the return of Nick Johnson is a little offensive lift in their lineup, as they have also been looking at possible trade partners to help with some of the holes in this Yankee batting order. 1-1 pitch. 2 balls and a strike.
Joe, I think Nick Johnson will help the Yankees offensively, but perhaps not as much. He will help them defensively too, not in catching the ball. Jason Giambi can catch the ball, but he's a poor thrower. Johnson, a very good thrower, and he showed that last night on that 3-6 double play in the first inning.
2 balls, 2 strikes as Burkett gets it by him upstairs. And with 1 out on deck is Mondesi. Three and 2.
With Nick Johnson's stance, you would think that he can't reach the outside pitch, but guys who stand far away from the plate like the ball away. Look how far away Johnson is, but he'll curl that right leg when the pitch is on the way. He curls it in. Generally speaking, a rule of thumb, if you're a catcher, as you see a guy standing that far away, he likes the ball away. He tries to entice you to throw it to him away. Guys who are on the plate like the ball inside.
So another 3-2 pitch from Burkett to Nick Johnson with 1 out. And it's strike 3 call. Back-to-back strikeouts for Burkett here in the second. Right now, here's Jeannie Zelasco with a game break.
And an NL Central showdown in Houston. The Astros tough to stop out of the gate. Lance Berkman doubles home a run. Houston leads baseball with 97 first-inning runs this season, and they lead the Cubs 2-0 top 3.
Thank you, Jeannie. Juan Cruz getting that start for Chicago. See the Cardinals 3.5 out, the Cubs 4.5 out, and I think Jim Hendry has really done a terrific job with adding what the Cubs needed, and now we'll see how it all comes together for Chicago in the final 2 months. But to go out and fill 3 needs with 1 deal, to get a center fielder, a leadoff hitter, and a third baseman with 1 trade with the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Cubs are a much better club than they were a week ago. Off-speed pitch, it's 0-2, and John Burkett could strike out the side here in the second.
Kenny Lofton now roaming center meadow at Wrigley, and Aramis Ramirez, the third baseman, with promise.
Left side, Miller picks it, and throws too late. Bill Miller has made only 8 errors coming into this game, and that is number 9. I'm almost 100% sure as we wait for the ruling, but this is a ball that Miller will tell you he should have gobbled up easily.
Yeah, that's a big league error right there.
Robin Ventura.
Ball stayed down on Bill, and Karam too far away for him to complete the play, and it is a throwing error, I beg your pardon, a fielding error on Bill Miller.
So 1 on, 2 out, and a chance for Robin Ventura. Robin hitting only .249 with 9 home runs, and a check on Mondesi, who has stolen 17 bases this season. A contract push for Mondesi, whose deal expires at the end of this season. Got off to a great start. Joe Torre loves his attitude. Lately hasn't been hitting much. That misses outside, ball 1 to Ventura.
Robin Ventura, the type of hitter that can hurt a guy like Burkett. I think everybody knows Robin's bat head speed has slowed down. Burkett not a hard thrower, but he's the type of pitcher that Ventura should handle well.
Snap throw down to first, and Millar saves a low throw from Varitek. It's 2-0 on Ventura. A 3-0 Boston lead. We're in the top of the second, and an error has extended this inning for the Yankees. With Flaherty on deck. That's not close, and it's 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Ventura. Burkett, and strike 1. The Yankees come in at 63-38, the best record in the American League. The Boston Red Sox, the best of the rest, the best of the non-division leaders. 2 games up on Oakland. 60 wins on the season. 3-1 pitch to Ventura. Runner is going. It's a strike. Throw down. Mondesi is out, and the inning is over. Ventura talking to the home plate umpire Marvin Hudson, thinking it was ball 4. Varitek made the throw, and Mondesi caught to end the top of the second. Bottom half coming up. 3-0 Red Sox.
Thanks for letting me bring Fifi.
Oh, anything for you, baby. I'd give you the moon, the stars, and the ultimate love potion. Ice cold Bud Light.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
Don't worry, I got him. In America, where the burger is king, Burger King is proud to introduce our juiciest, most piled-high burger ever. The new Great American Burger. How juicy is it? At least 2 or 3 napkins worth. Burger King, come on over. The fire's ready.
Push the limits of DVD with Daredevil. See 360-degree views of fight sequences. Explore the many dimensions of Shadow World and discover secret special effects. Take DVD to the limit on Daredevil Tuesday.
Does
Designing an all-season tire to outperform performance tires wasn't rocket science. Then again, maybe it was. Pilot Sport AS. Our most advanced Z-rated tire ever. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Chill out, cash in. Buy 4 Michelin tires and get a $50 rebate. See your Michelin dealer. Offer ends July 31st.
A recent test put motor oils to a punishing comparison involving extreme heat and stress beyond anything a car would ever face. The contestants, Castrol Syntec versus the leading 5W30 conventional oil.
Bob, what are the readings on the other car?
In the end, under these grueling conditions, Castrol Syntec performed better. Castrol Syntec. Everything else is just motor oil.
Fox Saturday Baseball is brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. We're glad you're with us on Saturday, July 26th. The Yankees and the Red Sox, game 2 of their 3-game series. Boston on top 3-0. And Bill Miller, number 2 in the American League, hitting .333, takes a strike.
Joe, we talked about how the Yankees ran the bases so well last night. This is not a good play. You're trailing by 3 runs. It's a 3-1 pitch. Not only being thrown out, but you want Robin Ventura in a situation where he can select what pitch to hammer instead of worrying about the base runner and protecting the base runner. From any angle, that's a bad play. Whether it's Mondesi going on his own or whether Joe Torre sent him.
Miller, Giambi, and Veritek who made that throw. The hitters in the 2nd inning for the Red Sox. And the Boston Red Sox could have never expected this kind of offensive production from Bill Miller. One of a number of guys in this Boston team offensively putting together a career season. And the average, see what it was entering 2002. You've got the home runs, ties his career high, the doubles, the triples. That's on the outside corner, and it is a different strike zone tonight, no doubt, this afternoon, as that's the 2nd strikeout for Mussina and the 1st out here in the 2nd. Today's Sprint Virtual Manager question. The Yankees hang on to beat the Red Sox again for the division title. What will your reaction be? Ho-hum, it happens every year. George bought another one. Jump off the Charles River Bridge, or who cares? It's Patriots season. You like that one?
I did.
One out, nobody on, and Giambi fouls one back toward us. So Tim McCarver, who's beside himself after the options given there, will now type in his answer. And it was well, I was glad to set up your voicemail last week and receive the
Yes, you did.
64 messages that people have left you over the past 2 months.
You're telling me a lot about my cell phone that I didn't know.
That's foul in the count 0-2 on Jeremy Giambi.
You're like a private secretary.
I am. And what's your answering machine say back at home? Hello, I'm not here, obviously. Leave a message and I'll call you back. No balls, 2 strikes. Hey, hi. Giambi checks a swing.
I never wanted to be one of those guys who just sat by the message machine and listened to who was calling before they decided to pick it up.
But it's like
if the phone rings, pick it up and answer it and say hello. I mean, it's not that tough. Instead of being discriminatory about who's calling.
Caller ID is the 2nd greatest invention since electricity. 1-2 pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'm not sure electricity was founded when this city was built. This city, Boston, became a city in 1822. Electricity wasn't around then, was it? I don't think so.
Do that to me. I don't. I'm going to say no, but
I'm going to say no also.
2-2 pitch. Giambi tried to hold up, could not. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Mussina to start the 2nd inning. 2 out, nobody on, and Veritek is coming up for Boston. against Mussina.
Mussina has come out and made just perfect pitches on first Bill Miller. And now you think about that ball starting around the letters, ending up at the knees to get Jeremy Giambi. Nasty.
So with 2 out, here's Varitek, who is a career nothing hitter against Mussina. Only 2 out of 33, and he's not alone in this Red Sox lineup, but this year is different. This Boston team is an exciting group to watch, and they're also going to be interesting to watch as we all approach the trading deadline and then get into the early part of August when deals can still be made as long as players clear waivers, and that, I would imagine, will happen quite a few times even after the end of this month. There are the numbers for Varitek against Mussina. To me, if this Boston team comes up with one more solid frontline starter, and that's easier said than done, this team will give the Yankees and any team in the American League all they can handle throughout this regular season and into October. 2 balls and a strike on Varitek. They're a resilient team. They're a thrilling team to watch, and for Joe Torre, he's been playing keep away so far at the beginning part of the season with this Yankee club.
There are a lot of lesser teams, talking about the Red Sox, that would have folded the tent with the types of losses that they've suffered this year, excruciating losses, and yet they continue to bounce back. Tough loss last night, trying to bounce back today.
2-2 pitch. That's on the outside corner. And the inning comes to a close. Varitek has a few words for the man he has to sit in front of for the next half inning as Mussina strikes out the side. 3-0 Red Sox. Back after this from your local Fox station.
Gonzalez and the D-backs take on Sosa and the Cubs. Fox Saturday Baseball next week.
The name is TBA. We sell and install tires and batteries 6 days a week. Hello, folks. I'm Al Belanger. Come see our new store for great deals on tires, batteries, and accessories, all at huge savings. Yes, it's TBA, the battery store, the tire store, and we use a new state-of-the-art machine that won't scratch your rim. Come save big at TBA, out of Hammond Street, Bangor.
Performance Auto and Diesel has grown again. They've opened a new, larger facility on Wilson Street in Brewer. So now the famous $11.99 oil change with free safety inspection will be done even faster. More room, more bays, better service. And you know your vehicle is in good hands with owner Nathan Reardon, Double Master certified by ASE. Performance Auto and Diesel, a local company, a professional approach. Also open Saturdays 9 to 4. Performance Auto and Diesel, now in their new location on Wilson Street in Brewer next to the bowling lanes. $11.99. Why pay more?
Never been easier with Van Sickle Suzuki's 0-0 sales event. 0 money down and 0% financing, and you're driving a new Suzuki Aereo for just $214 a month, or a new Suzuki Vitara 4x4 SUV for just $259 a month. These low payments are with 0 money down, and they even include your sales tax. And every single new Suzuki comes with an incredible 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Only at Van Sickle Suzuki, Hogan Road in Bangor.
Doors Equipment. For 44 years, the name you've trusted for power equipment. Check out our full line of Kubota tractors. Kubota ranks #1 for performance, warranty, and value that lasts for generations. These are the reasons customers keep coming back to Doors Equipment and Kubota tractors. Outer Hammond Street, Bangor. Come find out why a Doors customer is a satisfied customer.
You're watching the all-new Fox 22 Bangor.
It's the top of the 3rd inning. It's 3-0 Boston, as it will be Ventura, Flaherty, and Soriano. Grady Little has been the man in charge of this Red Sox team. A guy who early in this season didn't know what to expect every time he went to the bullpen, and that Red Sox bullpen has been fantastic over the past month as Millar almost handcuffed Burkett going to the bag. John with a nice play, 1 out.
The catcher, number 7.
That'll bring in Flaherty.
John Flaherty.
So there is Grady Little. It was a player manager in the Yankee organization back in the early 70s. Here's Flaherty hitting .254, backing up Jorge Posada. He's hit 2 home runs in his career against Burkett, 5 out of 11, and that's why he's in the lineup. That and the day game after the night game thing. Strike one. Off-speed pitch is hammered down into the left field corner, and Flaherty will dig for second and make it with a 1-out stand-up double. It was almost like Burkett just pushed that ball to the plate, and Flaherty was waiting for a high changeup.
That's an interesting description, because that's exactly what it appeared to be. A real hanger in the middle of the plate, about bell tie, a pitch that you can hit off your front foot. If your hands are back, you can be fooled on the pitch. Nobody was better able to do that than Stan Musial, number 6 with the Cardinals, the best front foot hitter in the history of the game. John Flaherty showing you how he does it.
It's a breaking ball. It's a changeup, but it's just a high pitch that stayed up there. And now Soriano, who doubled his first time up and then was stranded. RBI situation, and he fouls it out of play, strike one.
What happens on a pitch like that, Joe, the speed of the pitch fools the hitter, and naturally the weight shift's going to be on that front foot. Watch how Flaherty is fooled on the pitch, but his bat stays back and he's able to supply his own power. That's a front foot double right there.
Strike one on Soriano with a runner in scoring position, and 1 out here in the 3rd inning. That was a front foot off balance swing and a foul into the glove of Villar for the 2nd out of the inning. And with 2 out, Flaherty at second. The batter will be Jeter. Next week on Fox Saturday Baseball, the Cardinals will try to keep pace in the NL Central as they take on the Mets, and the Giants battle the Reds. Also, the Dodgers try to gain ground in the race for the wild card when they square off against the Braves. The Diamondbacks battle the Cubs. It all begins next week with This Week in Baseball at 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Central here on Fox. Now it's up to Jeter. Derek flying to left his first time up. So here we are with a runner at second, and more communication trouble between Varitek and Burkett. Worrying about sign stealing out at second base, and I know we've talked about this before. There are some hitters who, even if the runner at second base was 100% sure they had the signs, wouldn't want it. Wouldn't want it relayed to them at the plate after watching the sequence from the catcher. That's to the shortstop. Garciaparra gets a high hop, and Burkett is through 3 shutout innings, gets around another double, and the Yankees strand their second. It'll be the top of the order for Boston in the 3rd, up by 3.
Now Gillette presents the Mach 3 Turbo Close Shave Play of the Week.
Coming on is Hunter. He dives. He makes a spectacular catch, and the game is over. Holy Toledo, what a finish! Everybody in the Metrodome on his or her feet applauding Torrey Hunter, who just saved the game.
This Close Shave Play of the Week brought to you by Gillette's Mach 3 Turbo.
Tune in each week to Fox Saturday Baseball.
Something incredible is happening to guys everywhere. They're defying gravity. Mach 3 Turbo. Total comfort whether you shave down or up. An anti-friction coating on all 3 blades. Plus a strip with more lubrication. So even against the grain, you get less irritation and the closest shave. Can your razor do this?
Unbelievable.
Mach 3 Turbo. From Gillette, the best a man can get. Now win a VIP trip to a World Series game. See special Mach 3 Turbo packs.
In America, all people are created equal, but not all burgers. We're proud to introduce our juiciest, most pile-high burger ever, the new Great American Burger. How juicy is it? At least 2 or 3 napkins worth. The new Great American Burger from Burger King. Come on over. The fire's ready.
Have you been in an accident of any kind? Any stalling, sputtering, that kind of thing?
Carfax has the history of the car you're looking at. Get a Carfax report from your dealer or go to Carfax.com and get the truth about used cars.
Okay, sweetie. Bye-bye.
Can you check on my flash, please?
Sure. Call team.
Now at Radio Shack, find great deals on full-featured wireless phones, like this Samsung A500 PCS Vision phone from Sprint with full-color screen. Just $49.99 with 2-year agreement after $150 in instant savings.
How do you always have the answers to everybody's questions?
Radio Shack, you've got questions, we've got answers.
Stole a base and scored on the Garciaparra home run in the first. One ball, one strike. We have some dates for you, Tim, with regard to electricity.
You do.
Yes. 1-1 pitch.
Forgot about Benjamin Franklin with the kite.
But you can never say when was electricity invented. Electricity was always around. It was when was it harnessed for commercial use?
Yes, yes. Yes, that's better. That's a better question.
1878, the light bulb.
Okay, Thomas Edison. Yes.
We're really wading into dangerous territory.
All right. We've been there before.
That's
We're
right.
experienced in it.
Telephone, 1876. The telegraph, 1844. When was cable invented? There was always cable. It just took somebody to harness it. Somebody like Ted Turner, who had a vision.
So when this city became a city, that was before the telegraph, before the telephone, obviously, and before the light bulb in 1822.
Look at that baby.
And obviously before that.
It's like we're at NASA. Huh? Huh?
Dishes.
Satellite dish.
Dishes in 1822 were made of pottery.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And not nearly that big.
Damon, Walker, Garciaparra. Oh, yeesh.
Oh, why?
Not that. Just the overall.
Yeah.
Damon hitting .268. Red Sox hoping that Johnny can pick it up at the top of this order. They can get him going. Imagine what it will do for the middle of this lineup that just doesn't miss pitches to hit.
Changeup.
And low. 2-2.
That was that 3-fingered grip from Mike Mussina. The knuckle curve he actually holds with the fingertips. But right here you can see that middle finger. The farther back in the hand the pitcher holds the ball, the slower it's going to go to home plate.
Now it's 3-2 as Damon, who did this in the first inning, got behind early in the count, worked it full, and then drew a walk. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And he's done it again. Another good at bat by Johnny Damon, just trying to get on base, doing his job, and that's the second walk handed out by Mussina. Our Radio Shack trivia question. Yankee reliever Jesse Orozco made his major league debut on April 5, 1979. Who was his manager? I know you know the answer to that.
Yeah, I do.
I would say most do, having read the articles that were associated with that deal made as Damon draws a throw. One interesting sidelight to that deal is now Don Zimmer has someone to hang out with on the road. Where are we going tonight, Jesse?
Zim would like that.
That's rather close because Damon had a huge lead as Walker waits for the first pitch, hitting .285.
That distinctive bow when stretching to hold runners close.
Damon is running. Chance for Flaherty. And Damon is out for the first out of the inning. Perfect pitch to handle for Flaherty, and he did not miss his chance.
Gosh, you talk about a quick release and a great throw by John Flaherty. A good jump by Damon. He went in head first the last time. He goes in feet first this time. Quick tag applied by Derek Jeter to get Damon for only the third time this year.
Has 20 steals, been caught 3 times, and Walker pops it up. Shallow left center, Bernie Williams. 2 out. Here is our Radio Shack trivia question and answer. Jesse Orozco made his major league debut on April 5, 1979. Who was his manager? Joe Torre with the New York Mets. Orozco, by the way, pitched a third of an inning. No hits or strikeouts on opening day at Chicago. Retired Bill Buckner. And he's been retiring left-handed batters like Buckner for decades. With 2 out, nobody on, here's Garcia Parra, who's homered. Strike 1. Back in the first inning with Damon at second and 1 out. That made it 2-0, and Mussina, by that reaction, knew it right away.
We talked about Nomar celebrating his 30th birthday on Wednesday, and in attendance, his fiancée, Mia Hamm. Quite a soccer player.
No balls, 2 strikes. Last year went crazy on his birthday, number 29. This year, his 30th birthday was 0 for 4. But he's homer today and is a lifetime .354 hitter against the Yankees here at Fenway Park coming into this game. 0-2 pitch from Mussina. Ball 1. Shares his birthday with Don Drysdale, Pee Wee Reese, and baseball legend Monica Lewinsky.
2 of the 3 in the Hall of Fame.
To the shortstop. That's Jeter on 2 hops. The inning is over. A leadoff walk, a man out stealing. Time for a nap. We go to the 4th inning. Yankees coming to the plate, down by 3.
When you hit the brakes, a whole lot of things have to go just right. It's the same with brake repair. That's why you can count on Midas, America's trusted leader in brakes. Right now, get $20 instant savings on any brake service from Midas, even on Midas's famous lifetime brake pads and shoes, the last set of pads or shoes you'll ever buy. That's $20 instant savings right now from the auto service experts, Midas.
Should I play it safe or go for it?
I'd say either way, Annika. KFC honey barbecue wings or new boneless wings. You compete with the ladies and the men. Do both.
One great taste, 2 great choices. New KFC boneless wings with whole pieces of 100% breast meat glazed with our honey barbecue sauce, or honey barbecue wings with the same great flavor all the way to the bone. Now get 7 for $2.99 or 20 for $7.99.
Now everyone can do both.
Think I could make it on the women's circuit?
No.
Sosa.
Dace! Hey, up!
Come on. 2 out of 3.
I don't think so.
Hey! Who Babe Ruth?
Fox Saturday Baseball is brought to you by GMC. We are professional grade. And by Castrol Syntac. Everything else is just motor oil. We move to the 4th inning, 3-0 Boston. 3 runs in the first, RBIs by Garcia Parra and Trot Nixon. And for Burkett, he has struck out 2. The Yankees have stranded 2 and lost a man on the bases. Here's Giambi. Takes inside, ball 1. Jason whiffed 3 times last night. Bernie Williams will follow, and then Hideki Matsui. 1-0 pitch, 2-0.
Remember, the first time Giambi was up, the first 3 pitches were inside. But now Burkett has fallen behind 2-0. You try to jam a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes. That's not a good time to jam him.
And a big rip and a foul by Giambi.
You could see Veritek coming back inside.
There's obviously a concerted effort on the part of Veritek and Burkett to work these left-handed hitters inside and not pitch timidly to these Yankee hitters. 2 balls and a strike.
Back in there.
And not getting the call. It's 3-1. We have seen the fastball hit 83, 84. That's about it from Burkett. Giambi with 28 home runs on the season. Full count. And a dangerous foul ball into these seats at Fenway.
Five straight pitches inside to Jason Giambi.
The league leader in walks waits for a 3-2 pitch from Burkett. And that is the 85th time that Giambi has drawn a free pass.
6 pitches all inside to Giambi. Count them. 1, like Sesame Street again. 2. That one missed in. Now 3-2 pitch, very close, but clearly inside.
So the leadoff man is on for New York for the 2nd time this afternoon, and here is Bernie Williams. Bernie grounded out with a runner at 3rd and 2 out in the 1st. Scooped up by Veritek, ball 1.
Pitch sequences on Sesame Street usually come from Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar or the Count. 1-0 on Williams. 3 out of 6 in this series. Red Sox start the day 3.5 games out in the AL East. That's into left field. Manny Ramirez, 1 on, 1 out. Bernie Williams picks up his own bat and takes it back to the dugout. 0 for 2, and here comes Hideki Matsui. Got a visit before the game from a couple of police officers from Salem. Matt Desmond and Mike Shea. Want to say hi to Marine Staff Sergeant Kevin Gillen, who served in Iraq and is coming home from Camp Pendleton soon, and Lieutenant Chris Reedy, a naval aviator who is home on leave after a tour in Afghanistan. We get a lot of those notes and are happy to pass them along when we get the opportunity. 1 on, 1 out. Here is Matsui, who struck out his first time. Bad misses, low and away.
They're still holding Giambi on at first base. Grady Little elected to do that with Bernie Williams hitting, and now another left-hander, a guy like Matsui, who hits a lot of ground balls to the right side.
Giambi has only attempted 1 steal this season, and that, the way you say that, leads me down the path of asking you, do you think they should hold against Jason Giambi at first?
No. I think it's pretty clear right here, particularly with Giambi on at first base. Yankees trailing by 3. You could play back into the position where that little dirt is right there. That and I'll guarantee you Giambi would not try to run knowing you're back there.
But the old automatic hold on employed by the Red Sox. 2 balls and a strike on Matsui, who has hit 10 home runs this season. And right at Millar. Boy, they had him in a perfect spot. And a 3-6-3 inning-ending double play. Kids, it's all about defensive positioning in this game. Perfect. And the Boston Red Sox with a clear example of why they are so good.
Hi, I'm John Stamos. So I'm watching TV last night, and I hear something from my voice, and I see myself on TV doing the 1010-987 commercials. So I go to the phone. I do what the commercial. I do what I tell myself. I call 1010-987-1, my mom's number. Instantly, I'm connected. She complains to me for 15 minutes because I don't call her enough. So call your mother and get nagged at for 3 cents a minute, 39 cents to connect, and then it automatically comes on your regular phone bill. There's no monthly fee, nothing to sign up for, none of that stuff. Do it. 1010-987, call your mom. My mother is going to kill me if she sees this.
In America, where the burger is king, Burger King is proud to introduce our juiciest, most piled-high burger ever, the new Great American Burger. How juicy is it? At least 2 or 3 napkins worth. Burger King, come on over. The fire's ready.
When it comes to athlete's foot, this is the latest. This isn't. Lotrimin Ultra, the latest prescription strength medicine available without a prescription. The latest cure, so ultra powerful. 1 use a day is all you need. Nothing's proven stronger or faster. Lotrimin Ultra.
I've made a lot of news on the baseball diamonds, but if you want to find out about this diamond, you've got to go talk to your doctor.
Ready to try Viagra for the first time? See your doctor and find out if a free sample is right for you.
My doctor says it's right for me. That's why I stay with it. For more information, go to Viagra.com.
What happened here?
Just playing some one-on-one, got a little rough.
Let's get him out.
Oh, I don't want you to do anything yet. I just want to see your price and some of the prices of your competitors.
What? Hey, come on, guys.
I just want to get the best deal. You know?
Our customers know the importance of shopping around, because at Progressive.com you can get our price for car insurance plus the rates of other big-name companies. You could save hundreds. Check out Progressive today.
Sometimes comedy isn't pretty. This is one of those times.
I just hope I don't end up like you, 50 and angry. I'm 37.
Damn, Cookie, you gotta moisturize.
Louie, a new comedy coming this fall to Fox.
3-0 Boston, bottom of the 4th inning, and Manny Ramirez first up for the Red Sox. First pitch swinging, and that's down the right field line. It's trouble. If it's fair, it might go. It is gone, and a home run for Ramirez. Right around pesky pole down the right side, and it's 4-0 Boston here in the 4th. Hit in a spot for a home run unlike any other across Major League Baseball, slicing it down the right field line. Ramirez hits his 25th of the year.
Because he sliced it, I didn't think that ball was going to stay fair. When the ball gets above the roof here at Fenway, the wind can do some damage. It tried to go foul, but to the Red Sox benefit, it stayed fair. I didn't think that ball was going to stay fair.
Here's another one down in that area, but a chance for Mondesi in and to his left for the first out of the inning. A typical foul ball, and then you see the eyebrows start to raise because you realize you're in Fenway Park and it's a different story.
See that body English of Manny Ramirez trying to keep it fair, and he did.
Nice smile from the native of New York, Manny Ramirez, who sits down after his 25th of the year, and now with a 4-run lead, Trot Nixon takes a strike.
Manny growing up in Washington Heights within 5 or 6 miles of Yankee Stadium.
And year after year after year, He puts up big numbers, whether it's with the Cleveland Indians or with the Boston Red Sox. One of only 5 players to hit 300 or better, hit 30 or more home runs, and drive in 100 or more runs over the last 4 years.
Barry Bonds has made the statement that he was born to hit, and who could refute that? But certainly Manny Ramirez, born to hit.
With 1 out, a 1-1 pitch to Nixon, who has an RBI double. Misses, 2-1. Nixon stepped to the plate back in the first inning with the 6th best average in the American League. They have top 10 players in categories all over the American League offensive charts. Nixon is on there. He's 1 out of 2 as he grounds out to Johnson. And we look at Bernie Williams and we hear some of Bernie's music, which was just recently released as we have our Pepsi fan cam here in the 4th inning at Fenway.
Pick it, Bernie.
To Bernie Williams.
He could pick it.
The Journey Within. La Salsa and Me. That's the name of this title. Another run for the Red Sox. They lead by 4.
Let's say this is you. Yeah, you're the king. But being the king isn't always easy. So, when you're with Allstate, you'll have over 50,000 professionals to help protect you. From claims adjusters who can help you fix a broken castle, to emergency assistants to ride to your rescue, to lawyers that go to court with you if you need them, and your Allstate agent who knows the moves to help you. Helping you, the king, feel protected. Just one more way you're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey, Dad, this computer would be perfect for school.
Yeah, but this one would be a lot easier for you to, you know, bring home every weekend.
It's that time again. And Circuit City is the place to save on all your back-to-school gear. Right now, you'll save $250 on this awesome notebook computer from HP with a DVD player and CD burner. Now just $899.99 after instant and mail-in rebates. Circuit City, we're with you.
Since I missed the opportunity to own a 100th anniversary Harley-Davidson, I will travel back in time in my time machine and get one.
Am I still here?
There's still time to own a 100th anniversary Harley-Davidson motorcycle, but it's now or never. Visit your dealer today.
The OC, a new series, premieres Tuesday, August 5th on Fox.
I'm so sick of our parents controlling our lives.
Nick Johnson first up for the Yankees here in the 5th inning. Raul Mondesi and Robin Ventura will follow. And there's a strike from Burkett. So Burkett has been aggressive. He's walked 1. He struck out 2. He has allowed only 2 hits. Staying inside on the left-handed batter in the count 1-1.
Don't know how this game is going to unfold for John Burkett and the Red Sox, but John appears to be pitching with a great deal of resolve out there.
1-1 pitch. Too tight.
And judging from John's quotes the last couple of days, he was a bit miffed that it has been printed by sports writers in the area that the Red Sox are trying to make a deal for a starting pitcher. And in the process, get rid of, maybe move John Burkett back. I can understand his, I don't know if it was anger as much as it was
frustration.
Frustration, refuting the fact that, hey, a big league starting pitcher, and he's done a fine job for the Red Sox.
Wonder what he thinks of Fox broadcasters who come in and say that the Red Sox should deal for a frontline starter.
Well, I mean, you know, nobody can have too much pitching. I think John's point was not at the expense of me.
Missing inside, it's a full count. Johnson struck out his first time. That is a foul ball. Theo Epstein has tinkered with this bullpen, acquiring Kim, who initially was brought here as a starter, then shifting him out to the bullpen. There is Theo. Or is that his twin brother? No, that's Theo. And then getting Sauerbeck, which I thought was interesting for a number of reasons, as a leadoff walk is handed to Nick Johnson. This fall, the NFL returns to Fox as Bill Parcells comes to Dallas to return the Cowboys to glory, and Mike Vick and Donovan McNabb battle for the title of best quarterback in the league. The biggest stories in the NFL are in the NFC, and the NFC is on Fox, returning September 7th.
I think people in this area can understand Bill Parcells coming to a new team and turning it to prominence.
That's right. That's what the group down in Dallas, led by Jerry Jones, hopes will happen with the Dallas Cowboys as Mondesi bats with one on and nobody out. 4-0 Boston, and a pitch up and in. I thought the Sauerbeck deal was interesting because A, it makes the Red Sox much more dangerous in the late innings against that one key left-handed hitter. They got him leading into this weekend series against the Yankees, and they got him instead of the Yankees getting him from the Pittsburgh Pirates, as Mondesi hits one in the air to left, and that'll play for Ramirez. Last year the Red Sox did it to New York, Tim, when they got Cliff Floyd, and the Yankees were reportedly interested in him. But it speaks to the depth in the organization, and with some of the younger pitchers that the Red Sox had to deal. Lyon was the big part of it, and we understand he is injured, and there are some questions as to that deal. He's got water on Manny Ramirez in his back pocket. That's interesting. But the Yankees were trying to add to their bullpen, and right after they got Sauerbeck, the Yankees turned around and got Jesse Orosco after getting Armando Benitez. See what Benitez has done, and he was a big part of the victory last night for the Yankees, as was Orosco, picking up 2 key outs. 0-1 pitch, Ventura. He's jammed, and that's into left field for the man with water in his pocket. 2 out.
That is odd, because I mean, think about when he's going to have time to drink some. That's 1-1 the count here. I think I'll have a little swig of water. Nah, there's no way the ball's going to be hit to me this pitch. He's recorded the last 2 outs with water in his pocket. That should not be. I mean, you know, we're kidding about it. That should not be allowed. You can't do that. He's out of uniform.
1 on, 2 out. Flaherty, who doubled into the left field corner his first time, takes a swipe at that. Strike 1.
You've seen outfielders a lot of times going after balls, sliding in to make a catch if he goes in. Here's Manny with water in his back pocket. That is not the way to wear a major league uniform.
I mean, I could understand the helmet with the 2 cups on the side and the straws coming down.
Yeah.
But a bottle of water in your back pocket, come on.
What is this, a hike?
0-1 pitch. Flaherty takes a ball.
I mean, we understand the need to drink water, but come on. Bizarre.
Got a compass in his right pocket.
Never know. You needed one last night. Or needed better eyes to see how many outs there were on the scoreboard. That is the strangest sight. I didn't notice it until you said something.
Well, I didn't notice it until our camera people showed it. 1 on, 2 out. And a check swing. Foul ball as Flaherty got a piece of it. Veritek couldn't hang on to it. It's 1-2. Do you know you have a left fielder in your lineup with a bottle of water in his pocket? Anyway, just thought I'd leave you this message in the 5th inning. Good luck today against the Yankees. Burkett trying to sail through 5. 1-2. Into left center field, and Damon glasses down, puts it away. He and Ramirez may share a sip of water on their way back to the dugout as we're halfway through this Saturday game and the Red Sox lead by 4.
We're here to learn how to trust our wireless phones, which is hard because we've all been hurt before, haven't we? Johnny? We're accepting that our phones are unreliable, that some features work here and not over there. That's not helping. Try hugging the phone, not choking it.
Okay.
Sprint is different. All your services work the same wherever you go on the most complete, all-digital wireless network in the nation.
Like voicemail and email?
Even clear calls. I think we just made a breakthrough.
PCS from Sprint. Try the nation's most complete wireless network.
We want to make sure that you're right for our daughter.
Are you safe? Reliable?
Carfax has the history of the car you're looking at. Get a Carfax report from your dealer or go to Carfax.com and get the truth about used cars.
Don't let anything stop you from satisfying your late-night hunger. Taco Bell is open late. Spice up the night. Open till midnight or later.
Okay, sweetie. Bye-bye.
Can you check on my flights, please?
Sure. Call team.
Now at Radio Shack, find great deals on full-featured wireless phones, like this Samsung A500 PCS Vision phone from Sprint with full-color screen. Just $49.99 with 2-year agreement after $150 in instant savings.
How do you always have the answers to everybody's questions?
Radio Shack, you've got questions, we've got answers.
Saturday Baseball is brought to you by Radio Shack, official sponsor of Major League Baseball, by Taco Bell, where you can spice up the night, by Sprint, proudly offering picture mail and PCS Vision picture phones, and by WebMD, the place America comes for healthcare answers. Halfway through this game, bottom of the 5th inning, and the bottom 2 in the order coming up for the Red Sox. That means Giambi, Veritek, and then Johnny Damon. That's on the outside corner. Strike 1 to Giambi. Well, we've seen a bottle of water in the pocket of Manny Ramirez, and now Trot Nixon is eating applesauce out of the cooler down in the dugout. I don't know if that was in his pocket or if they also have PB&Js with the crusts cut off in that cooler as well.
Spread the blanket, guys.
1 ball, 1 strike. Giambi struck out, now shows bunt. Pulls back from ball 2. That surprised Ventura. Almost jumped out of his uniform coming in from his third base position. Robin Ventura, talking before this game, is not a big fan of the infield here at Fenway Park. Thinks it's the toughest in the league as Giambi flies one into right. Didn't get all of it. And Mondesi is back for the first out of the inning. We look at each team's disabled list, brought to you by WebMD. Johnson is back. Contreras, they hope, middle of August. Tarsay has missed the entire season. And for the Red Sox, only Robert Person, and he is starting to get back on the mound. Bad hip. They're having some arm trouble in years past. And then John Lieber is on there as well. He's missed the entire season, and there's an outside shot that he'll get a chance to pitch for Joe Torre before the end of this 2003 season, but they really hope to have him in the fold for 2004.
Roger Clemens will retire at the end of this year. I think that was a very, very good move, looking to the future by signing John Lieber and realizing that with proper rehab, the Yankees will have a former 20-game winner pitching in their rotation next year.
Mussina is one of the few guys locked up they know they can count on beyond this year. Weaver is another, but now you read Weaver's name in trade speculation. Pettit will be a free agent. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Varitek with 1 out. Up for ball 2, 2-1. The Boston Red Sox this season have 15 wins and 13 losses in the final at bat of a game.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Last night the Yankees winning in their final at bat as Varitek went, and the count 2-2. Dana DeMuth, who wasn't calling them on pitches last night behind the plate, rings up Varitek on that check swing, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not close, full count.
You look at Jason Varitek's 2 at-bats this afternoon. You know he's not picking Mussina up. He's jumping at the ball. It's one of the worst things a hitter can do. Hitters try to wait and have quick hands. When you jump, it's like that bobblehead doll. Eyes, head bobbing up and down.
Varitek strikes out for the 2nd time today. That's 5 on the afternoon for Mussina. 2 out, nobody on. Back to the top of the order and back to Los Angeles. Here's Jeannie Zalasko with a game break.
And a comedy of errors in Houston, that is, of course, unless you're an Astros fan or maybe even Craig Biggio. Oops, Aramis Ramirez stops at 3rd, and then Alex Gonzalez will bring it home courtesy a Jeff Blum error. Cubs still trail 2-1 bottom 6.
Jeannie, thanks. As Johnny Damon, who's drawn 2 walks, is started with ball 1 up and away.
Joe, of all the elements in National League ballparks, I think that's the most unfair element. There is no way a center fielder can expect to have that little hill that is in straightaway center field at Minute Maid Park down in Houston come up on him all of a sudden. It's just not fair. It should be taken out. It should be leveled, and it shouldn't be there.
Damon with a 1-ball 1-strike pitch coming his way, takes ball 2. They call it Tal's Hill for Tal Smith, their club president. And if they lose a guy like Biggio on a play like that in center field, you might find a bulldozer in Minute Maid Park the next afternoon. 2 balls, 1 strike, now 3-1 as Johnny Damon threatens to walk for the 3rd time today.
A park that comes to mind that had a similar feature was Crosley Field in Cincinnati, the old Crosley Field. It went out in 1969.
3-1 pitch. Another walk to Johnny Damon. Mussina had walked 22 all season, and he's walked Damon 3 times this afternoon.
And we saw 9 walks by Wells and Martinez in last night's game, and now 4 here by Mike Mussina this afternoon. 2 of the 4 have scored, by the way.
Now here's Todd Walker. Check on Damon. It was the Polo Grounds, wasn't it, where they kept the batting cage out in center field?
Yeah. Forbes Field in Pittsburgh. Forbes Field. They used to keep the batting cage here where that Stop and Shop sign is, right next to the 420 sign. I don't know whether they still do. I would imagine they do.
That's up and away, and it was right out of that opening that you saw the Red Sox grounds crew wheel out the batting cage back in 1967.
In 1967, Carl Yastrzemski went 0 for 4 in game 1 and took extra hitting after his 163rd game of the year, and the next day hit 2 home runs to beat the Cardinals. That evened the series at 1-1. Then the Cardinals took the first 2 at Busch Stadium. Then Jim Lonborg, who had won game 2, came back to beat the Cardinals in game 5. Red Sox also won Game 6, and then Bob Gibson and the Cardinals won Game 7 here at Fenway. Number 8, Yasmataz. What a player.
And a good pick by Nick Johnson over at first to save an error and keep Damon out of scoring position here with 2 out in the inning. We saw that play with Matsui in left field. Stremski is known as the best at dealing with the Green Monster here at Fenway Park.
He was the best. And finished off his career for about the last 10 years playing first base here at Fenway.
4-0 Boston, bottom of the 5th inning. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Todd Walker, who's 0 for 2. That's off the end of the bat and should play for Matsui Williams. It is Matsui, and the inning is over. A walk, a man left. That is the first man stranded today by the Red Sox. After 5, 4-0 Boston.
You're looking at people getting answers to the most important questions they'll ever ask. Questions about their own health, their children's, their parents. You're also looking at something that never existed before, a way to make truly informed decisions about everything from when to visit a doctor to what questions to ask when you get there. WebMD. 16 million people come to WebMD every month. They come to learn about a condition or a diagnosis, to check prescriptions for interactions, to chat with experts, or each other. We help them navigate our thousands of medically reviewed pages to find exactly what they need. Information that used to be scattered in 100 different locations, now all in one place. The place America comes for healthcare answers. A place called WebMD.
When you hit the brakes, a whole lot of things have to go just right. It's the same with brake repair. That's why you can count on Midas, America's trusted leader in brakes. Right now, get $20 instant savings on any brake service from Midas, even on Midas's famous lifetime brake pads and shoes, the last set of pads or shoes you'll ever buy. That's $20 instant savings right now from the auto service experts, Midas.
In America, where the burger is king, Burger King is proud to introduce our juiciest, most piled-high burger ever, the new Great American Burger. How juicy is it? At least 2 or 3 napkins worth. Burger King, come on over. The fire's ready.
There are ordinary disposable razors, but now there's new Sensor 3 from Gillette. Totally new handle, 3 blades, on springs that adjust to your face. No disposable shaves better. It could be the best disposable you ever threw away. New Gillette Sensor 3.
Starting August 8th, Fox is moving Wanda to a new night, and she'd like to thank the network executive who made it all possible.
Wait for it.
Don't mess with Wanda. Fridays at 8:30 starting August 8th on Fox.
It is still 4-0 Boston as we go to the 6th inning. Alfonso Soriano, top of the order for the Yankees. Jeter and Giambi will follow against Burkett, who's been terrific. Ball 1 low and away. Still only 2 hits allowed. A couple of walks. A couple of strikeouts. Soriano has one of the 2 hits, a double back in the first. Burkett did well to get around it. That's on the inside corner as Soriano has to pull the hands back. It's 1-1. They have 5 innings from Burkett. And it's Embry, the hard-throwing left-hander, getting ready for Boston in their bullpen in case there's any sign of trouble here in this 6th inning. That is a sign of trouble. A base hit into left field. A rocket hit out there by Soriano. And the leadoff man is on for the Yankees for the 3rd inning in a row and the 4th time today.
The shortstop, number 2, Derek Jeter.
This could be the last hitter for Burkett, depending on what happens with the lefty Giambi on deck and Embry getting loose in the bullpen.
John Burkett has had only 2 complete games since 1997. And he's done a terrific job, but I think even with the shutout, if Jeter gets on, you could see Embry. Giambi the next hitter.
That's a strike on the inside corner. Jeter is fly to left and grounded out. They're comparing the two shortstops, and when you compare the first 444 games played between Garciaparra and Soriano, Garciaparra comes out on top, even with the fast start that Soriano has had to his big league career.
If Garciaparra played in New York, he'd be as big as Jeter.
This guy who hit 370 one year.
Yeah. Won batting titles in '99 and 2000.
You compare Soriano and Garciaparra, 444 career games at the start of their career. Nomar hit 320, Soriano 282. Nomar 92 home runs, Soriano 84. And almost 100 more RBIs for Garciaparra, but hitting in a different spot in the lineup as the count goes to 0-2 on Derek Jeter, who thought that was inside and lodges a complaint with Marvin Hudson, the home plate umpire.
Close.
No balls, 2 strikes. On the outside corner, 1 away. And Jeter talks to Hudson again.
Only a handful of times in a season will you see Derek Jeter take 1 called strike in an at-bat. To take 2 consecutively, highly unusual. 1 inside and this one outside.
That last pitch even better than the one before it, as that ball tailed a ton back over the outside corner.
It did.
Now it's Giambi, runner at first with 1 out. Strike 1. Giambi is 0 for 1 with a walk.
When you see Burkett working to Giambi through 6 pitches inside his last at bat, 3 the first at bat, starts him off with a inside fastball with a man on first base, you get the feeling that Burkett wants Giambi to get himself in the hole by pulling the ball foul. Or at least that's the way he's pitching it. Pedro Martinez struck him out 3 times last night.
Soriano, in case you're wondering, and I think it's, well, I won't say unlikely, but running in this situation, you would scratch your head with a guy like Giambi at the plate down by 4. Number 2 in the league is Soriano with 27 steals, yet Burkett is keeping him close over at first.
And the Yankees trail by 4. We saw the result of that in the 2nd inning when Mondesi ran on a 3-1 count and was thrown out. Sometimes managers will allow a runner to run and put the hold sign up for some young runners like Soriano.
Boy, that was close. Late tag applied by Millar.
The throw was low. A runner at first base can get a little farther off with the right-handed throwing first baseman because he has to come across his body to make the tag. That's an extra half step.
0-1 to Giambi. One of the rare deliveries outside, and trying to keep Soriano on his toes. Veritek throws behind him. On deck is Bernie Williams. This Yankee team comes in 9th in the American League, hitting .268. Pitching, they're 5th with an ERA as a group at over 4, 4.06. Defensively, they're 11th in the American League. Yet as a group, they have the best record in the AL as Giambi takes ball 2. And that's why you cannot overestimate or underline enough the presence of Mariano Rivera in that bullpen for the New York Yankees. Absolutely. He is such a difference maker at the end of a ball game. They have had trouble getting to Mariano Rivera. Rivera has had to come in the 8th inning. Joe Torre trying to avoid that. Couldn't do it last night by calling on Rivera in the 8th. Veritek got a big base hit to tie the game, but Kim gave up a run in the top of the 9th. It's out of play.
Yeah, of course, the Yankees have a long way to go. They trail by 4 here in the 6th inning. But we did talk to Joe Torre and asked Joe if Rivera would be available since he threw 40 pitches last night. Joe said, I don't know yet. This was about 11:30 this morning, hour and a half before game time. Sure, he had to talk to Rivera, ask him how he felt, but I would be shocked if he brought him in the 8th inning this afternoon. Maybe the 9th inning, but not the 8th.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Giambi. Runner at first, 1 out. 4-0 Boston in the 6th. That's too far outside. 3-2.
Oohs and ahs from the faithful here at Fenway, but that ball was outside. Boy, he's made some pitches today.
Three-2 delivery. Runner goes on ball 4, and it's 2 on with 1 out. And now a decision. Bernie Williams coming up 0 for 2 today, but 12 out of 20 in his career against Burkett, and Grady Little almost like saying, I don't want to do it. We'll see. Jogs out to the mound with Embry ready in the bullpen. So 3 walks on the afternoon for Burkett. And I don't know if Grady Little had his mind made up before he left the dugout.
I'm not sure either, Joe. Usually if a manager jogs to the mound, he's not sure. And that was the case there. He probably asked Burkett the old, how do you feel? That's perhaps the most frequent asked question from a manager to a pitcher on the mound. How do you feel?
Our game summary is brought to you by GMC Professional Grade. We're in the 6th inning, 4-0 Red Sox. Mussina's been touched for 4 earned runs in 5 innings. Burkett outstanding so far, and Garciaparra 2-run homer in the 1st. Manny Ramirez a solo shot in the 4th.
First 2 times up, Burkett has gotten Bernie Williams out with balls out of the strike zone.
This one is popped into shallow center field for Johnny Damon. 2 on, 2 out, and a big out picked up by Burkett. And now it'll be Matsui.
Bernie Williams, it's hard to get Bernie angry, but he was angry after this swing. A strike to hit, and he gets under it. You don't see Bernie Williams react like that very often.
That's it for Burkett. With a switch hitter, Bernie Williams, even with the success Williams has had against Burkett, Grady Little left Burkett in the game. Now it'll be Embry against Matsui when we come back.
Let's say this is your car. Nice hardtop. If you drive safely, meaning you do stuff like obey the speed limit, always check your blind spot, and avoid accidents, hey, watch it, Leadfoot, then Allstate could reward you with something you'll eat right up. Some green. Up to 20% off your insurance bill. It's the Allstate Safe Driver Discount. Call today and find out how you're in good hands with Allstate. Hey, this is for the safe driver. Here you go.
They're here, and somebody's gonna pay.
You've been spotted. You've won.
It's the Aquafina Pure Luck promotion. Get spotted with an Aquafina, and you could win pure cash. This could be your lucky water.
Oh, I should have used Preparation H.
Cool it fast with new Preparation H Cooling Gel. Now with vitamin E and aloe. Cools on contact for fast relief. New Preparation H Cooling Gel with vitamin E and aloe.
In America, where the burger is king, Burger King is proud to introduce our juiciest, most piled-high burger ever. The new Great American Burger. How juicy is it? At least 2 or 3 napkins worth. Burger King, come on over. The fire's ready.
A recent test put motor oils to a punishing comparison involving extreme heat and stress beyond anything a car would ever face. The contestants, Castrol Syntec versus the leading 5W30 conventional oil.
Bob, what are the readings on the other car?
In the end, under these grueling conditions, Castrol Syntec performed better. Castrol Syntec. Everything else is just motor oil.
I think I could get in less trouble where I'm from.
John Burkett and the Red Sox should be awfully pleased with the effort he gave today. 5 2/3, only 3 hits. The ovation as he walked off, and then tipping his cap to this crowd, which gave him another surge in the ovation as he gives way to the bullpen. And it's Embry, the lefty, to deal with Matsui. 2 on with 2 out. 4-0 Boston, and the fastball is poured in, up and in, ball 1. Great numbers for Burkett, who is winless in his career. 10 tries against the Yankees.
What a proud performance by John Burkett this afternoon.
A 1-0 pitch. Doesn't take you long to realize that what Alan Embry brings to the mound is a left-hander who can throw hard.
I was thinking the same thing, Joe. 3-1 on the year, his 41st appearance, and a guy who's probably got as good a stuff as a setup man in baseball. You won't find too many guys who throw any harder, who are just plain nasty, any more than Alan Embry.
Matsui looking for a big 2-out hit for the Yankees. Runners are going, and a ground ball to second will end the inning. So the runners took off, but Matsui grounded out to Walker. Burkett, an outstanding job today for Boston as they lead by 4.